what's going on, everybody? What's going on? It is Ernest James. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and share my heart with you guys. Again, Ernest James, speaker, podcaster, author, mental health advocate, your grief coach, whatever you know me as. If you're watching this video, or should I say, if you're watching this live, then I'm sure you know me. If you don't know me, welcome. I'm Ernest. Just wanted to jump on here today and share my heart a little bit with you guys. As some of you may know, today is my birthday. Today is my birthday, and I turned 50 years old. I know I don't look it with all the gray, but yes, so I turned 50 years old today. And, I was thinking about this day. Whenever it comes around this time of year, it's special because it's my birthday, right? And so I'm always celebrating or in a celebratory mood, but it also brings some grief with it. As you guys know, as some of you guys may know, my mom passed away in 2009. I want to say it was. Quite a time ago. Sometimes I feel like it was yesterday. Sometimes I feel like it was, actually 10 years ago. How many years it's been at this time? But, it just changes. It just changes when you're dealing with grief, So around this time of year, I'm always in a different mood. So sometimes I'm in a good mood. Sometimes in a festive mood. But there's always a little bit of grief that comes around this time of year, mainly because May 1st, which is today, is my birthday, and my mom's not here to celebrate with me. And not only that, but May 15th is my mom's birthday, and she's not here. Followed that up by Mother's Day, and she's not here, and so it's always kind of, again, celebratory, but there's always a little part of me that misses her, and dealing with grief, it comes in waves. And so you have this thing, what they call the grief wheel. And if you think of the grief wheel as a pie chart, you remember pie charts when we learned in school, pie chart, which is a circle chart divided up into slices, should you say. And so the grief wheel is divided up into slices, and each slice is assigned a different emotion that you may go through when you're dealing with grief. Whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness, whether it's angry, whether it's happiness, joyous, whatever that emotion is, the grief wheel goes through several emotions that's on it. And so if you think of the grief wheel as a hamster wheel, right? If you ever seen a hamster jump on a hamster wheel and he's running, and the wheel is steadily turning, and he's not going nowhere, but he's steadily turning. That's what grief is like. That's what grief is like when you start experiencing it, because once you get on that hamster wheel of grief, you can never get off of it, right? And if you think of the grief wheel as an actual wheel, right? I always explain it as an actual wheel on a car. And depending on the terrain that you're driving over, that will kind of explain your experience with grief on that day, because it changes day to day, it changes moment to moment. So sometimes you may be on a smooth ground, right? And that will represent, the days where grief is easy. You're not having a hard time with it. You're not having bad memories, and everything seems to go well. And you think about your loved one, or think about your mom, think about whoever it is that you may have lost. And, it's a good day, and it doesn't bring you a lot of heartache when that comes. But then imagine that same wheel and you're driving and you're on a rough terrain. This will be the days where you're thinking about your loved one all the time. This will be the days where you're thinking about your loved one, and there is some pain to it. There is some sadness to it, right? So if you think about that grief wheel riding on a road of like a dirt road, and it's bumping and it's rocky and it's shaky, and that's maybe how you feel that day when you're dealing with grief on that day, and then it may be a day where everything is smooth again and you're going through this, the day nice and smooth and not really thinking about grief, and then you hit a pothole, right? And so those of you here in the Chicagoland area, you know about them potholes. And so grief is like that. You may be going smooth and may be rolling smooth. That grief wheel is rolling smoothly, and then you hit that pothole and it shakes up everything in your whole day, right? But that's how grief is. And again, once you get on that grief wheel, and you think of it as a hamster wheel, you can never get off of it. Sometimes it's easier, some days it's smoother, then some days it's rocky, but you can never get off it. However, you can make space for grief. And if you make the space to deal with the grief as it comes, then it makes it a little bit easier each day as you go along with it. And so I was thinking the other day, and I had a moment, right? I had a moment because, again, today's my birthday, and, Mother's Day is coming up, and my mom's birthday is coming up. And I had a moment, I'm a person that likes to keep things, keep safes and things of that nature. And I was going through some papers in one of my drawers, and I came across a letter that my mom wrote me in 1994, right? I was just graduated out of high school. That's how long ago this was. But I kept this letter, and I read it the other day, and it just gave me a moment, because, it has been a while since my mom's been gone. And sometimes, it feels like it was 10 minutes ago. Sometimes it feels like it was 10 days ago, but that's just kind of one of those things that it is, but I know that I'm not the only one that's dealing with grief around this time. And, when my mom passed away, during that time period, that was a really hard time period for me. And I was dealing with grief. I was dealing with depression. I started having suicidal ideations. I thank God that He allowed me to make it to the other side of that, because everybody don't make it from those dark places. And once I was able to get on the other side of that, I was able to really deal with my emotions and really make a space for grief, and also learn to operate and understand grief a little bit more. And during that time, I took some bereavement sessions, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I stayed there. Even after my sessions was over, I stayed there and became a volunteer, and helping other people deal with their grief and deal with the losses. And one thing about grief can affect you for any kind of loss. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a loss of a loved one. It can be a loss of a dream. It can be a loss of a job. It can be a loss of, what was or what could have been, and even the loss of a pet, right? So a little earlier this year, for those that follow me a couple months ago, I had my pets pass away. And so ever since I was a kid, I always loved turtles. I don't know why. I just had a thing for turtles. And when I became an adult, I just happened to go into a pet store, and they had turtles. And I was just like, oh my God, turtles, And so I started putting together this tank in order for me to get some turtles. And I ended up buying 2 turtles. And I had them for 10 years. I had these 2 turtles for 10 years. And just recently, as in a couple months ago, I don't know, I noticed they were kind of acting a little strange, a little bit, and one of them passed away. And maybe if it was a month after that, the other one passed away. And so, needless to say, that was a major loss for me, because I had loved turtles since I was a kid. And to finally have them, I was ecstatic, and not only just to have them, but have them for 10 years, And so when they both died, that was a major loss for me. And I did grieve for my past, right? And one thing I tell people, grief doesn't care. It doesn't care what your loss is. It can be a loss of anything, any kind of loss you can grieve, and so, don't let no one tell you that you shouldn't grieve your loss. Don't let anyone tell you how to grieve your loss. But however it is that you need to express it, make room for it, right? You got to make room for grief. You got to give yourself time to express it. You can't just keep pushing it down and pushing it away, because if you do, it's going to push through on its own. And usually when it forces its way into your life, it's going to do it at a time that's not beneficial for you, right? I remember having a conversation with a gentleman, and he was sharing with me that, his mom had passed as well. And he remembered going to the house probably had been like a year after she had passed. And he drove to his house because his dad and his other siblings still stayed in the house. And he went there, and as soon as he pulled up in the driveway, he looked up at the window that would have been his mom's bedroom window. And he just broke down and started crying, because grief shows up when it wants to show up, and if you don't make a space for it, again, it'll force its way in. It'll force its way in and express itself, and you won't be able to control it then. So definitely you want to take time out for grief. You want to take time out to recognize your grief. You want to take time out to recognize how you're grieving. Because again, if you think about that grief wheel, there's several different emotions on that grief wheel. And you can feel any of the most emotions at any time. And so it's important for you to recognize that if you are grieving a loss, that you recognize how you're grieving it. Whether you're sad, whether you're happy, whether you're in a state of disbelief. Because sometimes, especially early in our grief, after we have a loss, it's hard for us to even voice or even put words to it that it might actually be real, and a lot of times we feel like, we're in a bad dream. You're like, no, I want to go back to sleep, because at any moment I need to wake up from this. I need to wake up and realize that, my loved one is still here, or realizing that whatever that loss is, I didn't actually lose it. Like it's still here. I still have it. Only to realize that, no, it's true. It's not a nightmare. Like it's a real thing, and you've experienced this loss. And so I just wanted to get on here and kind of just share with you guys, some of the things that I was thinking about regarding grief and regarding loss and regarding, those of us who are going into this Mother's Day season and dealing with the loss of our moms, right? Dealing with the loss of our mothers, even other losses as well, but definitely those of us who are dealing with the losses of our mothers during this Mother's Day season. And I wanted to share with you guys something that I'm doing next Saturday. I'm doing a free virtual grief event called Mother Loss, Embracing Your Journey, your grief journey after losing your mom. And I'm going to help, you guys to learn to deal with your grief and embrace what grief is, and embrace the fact that grief is now a part of your life, just as the way that I had to learn. And it's going to be it's going to be a free virtual event. I'll put the link probably under this somewhere in the chat if I haven't posted it already. But it'll be on Eventbrite. If you go to Eventbrite and type in Mother Loss, it should come up. Also, my organization on Eventbrite is dealhealfulfill.org. If you look us up by the name, you probably can find it that way as well. But I'm going to do this event because I know that I'm not the only one that is grieving this time of year. You know, especially I got 8 siblings, right? And even though we all express ourselves in different ways, I know that they're grieving too. You know, because again, my mom's birthday is coming up, and Mother's Day is coming up, and the 4th of July is coming up because my mom actually passed the 5th of July. So it was right after the 4th of July. So, you know, during this season, this time period in my family, it is a hard time for a lot of us, you know. And again, I know that we're not the only ones who are dealing with grief and loss around this time of year. And again, I've been blessed to be on the other side of it. I've been blessed to be able to embrace my grief over the years and learn how to process it. And so I want to share those secrets. I want to share those tips and tools with you guys. So May 9th, which is next Saturday, from 12 to 1:30, it's been like an hour and a half. It's not going to be very long. I'm going to do a workshop. I'm going to do a grief workshop. And this will be the first one that we do, but I'm actually going to do it bi-monthly on the second Saturday of each month. Well, not each month, bi-monthly. The second Saturday bi-monthly, I'm going to start doing these workshops. And they're going to be grief workshops because this one is right before Mother's Day. So I definitely wanted to embrace those of us who are, you know, missing our moms at this time, who are, you know, missing a mother-in-law. My mother-in-law from my first marriage passed away before my mom did, you know, a little while before my mom did. And I was dealing with that loss, you know, before my mom, I lost my mom. So then that was a double loss on top of that. Again, it sent me into a real depression and having suicidal ideation. And I was blessed to be able to come from that place. And I even did a TEDx talk on it. You guys can look that up as well. If you go to YouTube and type in Ernest James TEDx talk, it should come up. But I did my first TEDx talk talking about, you know, the getting over the suicidal ideations that I felt after losing my mother-in-law and losing my mom. But again, so that's all of these reasons are the reasons why I want to share the tips and the tools that has helped me to come this far, to embrace my grief, to be able to express my grief without breaking down, you know, each time, to be able to experience my grief at a time when it's convenient for me by making space for it and not just pushing it down and causing it to push its way through, you know, at an inconvenient time, you know. So I want to invite you guys May 9th, virtually. It'll be, go to Eventbrite, look up Mother Loss, Embracing Your Grief Journey. You should be able to find that workshop. It's absolutely free. Again, May 9th from 12 p.m. to 1:30. Just want to invite you guys to come out and experience that. And then, even again, like I said, if you missed the one on May 9th, we're going to be doing it bi-monthly, the second Saturday, bi-monthly at the same time, 12 to 1:30. We're going to be doing these workshops until further notice, you know, and then we're going to have some other workshops that's coming up as well. But for right now, I want to invite you guys to the Mother Loss grief event that we're doing on May 9th. It's absolutely free. And again, just helping you to be able to deal with your grief, deal with your grief loss, you know, deal with the other losses that you may have, that you are dealing with, you know. So yeah, so that's kind of it. I just wanted to share with you guys and invite you guys to come out. And again, thank all of you. Thank all of you who came out. Thank all of you who not came out, but thank all of you who wished me happy birthday and sent me some birthday love. I definitely appreciate it. To all the texts and emails and shout outs on Facebook and social media. I definitely appreciate all of you guys. And so celebrate with me. Celebrate my birthday. Celebrate, this time of year. Celebrate my mom's birthday. Celebrate Mother's Day. And celebrate with those of us who may be grieving this time of year. And again, I want to just offer you guys my support, offer you guys my services by doing this free virtual workshop to help you guys to be able to embrace your grief as I have, to be able to walk with grief daily as I have learned to, and just to make your journey a little bit easier. And that's about it. That's all I wanted to jump on here and just share with you guys, share my heart with you guys, and offer you guys to come on out. So look down below somewhere. There's going to be a link with the link for the workshop. Again, it's absolutely free. It's on Eventbrite. And I'm sure I'll make a Facebook post, a Facebook event page about it as well. So it'll be on Facebook. You'll be able to find it easily too. And that being said, that's all I got. That's all I got. Again, thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. Hope to see all of you who are grieving. If you know someone who is grieving any kind of loss, especially mother's loss around this type of year, share this message with them. Share the link with them. Share the workshop with them. It's absolutely free. And they can come and learn some tips and tools to help them be able to embrace their grief and manage their mother loss during this time as well. So that being said, again, thank you guys very much for listening. Thanks everyone who tuned in and who left a comment. I definitely appreciate all of you guys. Until next time, you guys be blessed. Hey, also, you can follow me on my YouTube channel, the Deal to Heal Podcasting Network, where you can check out my podcast as well, the Deal to Heal with E. James podcast. We're on 240 some episodes, y'all. So I got a lot of episodes for y'all to check out, and we deal with a lot of different topics outside of grief. So you guys might want to go and check that out as well. Also, if you're thinking about starting your own podcast, go to startyourpodnow.com and check out my online course, podcast course to teach you how to have your podcast up and running in only 3 steps, so you can get your podcast up in days in hours, should I say, instead of days, right? To get your podcast started. So that's all I got for now. I definitely appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, to listening to me, and connect with me and help so that I can help you guys to embrace your grief and to be able to get through this Mother's Day season strong and healthily, right? While dealing with your emotions as you grieve the loss of your mom or the missing of your mom during this time period, or the missing of any loss that you've had. Because again, like I said, grief don't care. Grief don't care what kind of loss it is. When you lose something that you care about, when you lose someone that you care about, when you lose anything that you love enough that you're grieving about it, grief shows up. And I say that as a way, grief is the evidence that you loved hard. Whatever it was that you was loving, or whoever it was that you was loving, grief is the evidence that you loved and was loved. All right. So I love you guys. Again, I'm out of here. Thank you guys once again for the birthday wishes. Until next time, you guys be blessed.